Good afternoon. This is Travis Clardy, your president and CEO of the Texas Healthcare Association, coming to you for another Friday roundup of the Capitol in Review for this week. Today is May 23. That is hard to believe, meaning there are only 10 days left in the 89th legislative session. So next Monday will be a week to go, and we're coming down the home stretch. So it's been another active week, as you would expect. In both the House and the Senate, things are moving forward. Bills are starting to move through both chambers and head to the governor's office. Included in that is our IDR bill. So I'm sure their office is going through bills and looking at those that need to be addressed or and perhaps vetoed. But we're expecting good things with our IDR bill, along with other things to be coming to his desk. The one thing that has moved a little slower than usual, based upon my 6 terms of experience in the Texas House, is the budget process. We know the conferees from the House and the Senate have been meeting, working very diligently, but normally we would have had the conference committee report and basically the finalized budget where they've hammered out the differences between the two chambers. We'd have had that at least a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, but so far still don't have it. So every time I tease you that next Friday I'll tell you about the details of the budget, well, that's going to have to wait one more week. So bear with us. We're all waiting very anxiously to see that, because, again, the budget is the single thing that we have to do in the Texas legislature, pass a balanced budget. We can only spend the money that we have, rightfully so. We can't print money. We can't create money. We're a pay-as-you-go state, which I think has served us well through the years. So we're waiting on the budget to get there to take another good look at it. But for sure, we'll have it by next Friday for the next weekend review. So hang in there. We'll let you know how that's going. Let me talk a moment about the federal side of things. We have seen, I'm sure you've been reading in the paper and in the news and seeing on your social media that the big, beautiful bill has been passed out of the House. I believe it's headed towards the Senate. And so for our purposes, from the THCA and for long-term care in Texas, what we are seeing, what we're being told from our colleagues of the American Healthcare Association, and things we've picked up and reading, is that we think we're in good shape. And I want to thank all of you there who responded to my email request for us to email our congressmen, our senators, and tell them to leave Medicaid alone. Don't do anything that's going to hurt our ability to provide quality care to the elderly in Texas. And I know many of you did that, and I think with good results. We think we're in good shape with how Medicaid is going to be dealt with for the elderly population across the nation, but particularly in Texas. We'll see the upper payment limit. I think we're going to be speaking about this. We go up for our congressional briefing. Again, a little reminder here, June 8th through 10th is the congressional briefing in D.C. I think we're up to around 25 folks who have signed up to go. Thank you to our members and representatives who can go up there with us. I'll be up there with a great crew. We're getting organized to fan out and go meet the Texas delegation. And again, we'll talk to them about a Texas message of why Medicaid is so important and what we need to do to protect it and make sure they're aware of our issues and concerns and other things that are going on at the federal level. So more to come on that. But that's in June. First thing we got to do, though, is get through May. And by getting through May, getting to June 2nd and to sine die, we will wrap up this session. Sorry if I sound a little hoarse. We have been doing a lot of talking this week and a fair amount of traveling. So it's been a busy week, but I think things are going well. And again, I want to thank the staff here. We've had really been working hard. We've had a great board meeting this week. Wednesday, the board met here at our offices in Austin. Talked about a number of issues, including the wrap up of the legislative session, and then also planning towards our next big event after congressional briefing. We barely get home, head to Fort Worth, go to Cowtown, and get ready for the summer conference and the PAC golf tournament. All that is coming together. We have a great registration, but we'd always love to have more. So if you've not signed up, you have colleagues or team members at your facilities that would like to go, please go on the website, check with Miranda Scott here at the THCA office, email us, call us, let us know. But it's online. Registration is open for that, and we can the more the merrier. And then registration has also opened for the fall show, which will be at the George Brown Center in Houston, and that will be in September. That registration is open, and again, registration for that's going very strong. We're having members join the THCA on a regular basis and in conversations with more. So I'm very excited about the positive direction we have now with the THCA, the things we are working on. I think we have some big announcements to make at the summer show. I'm going to wait on that maybe until next week to give you a little more detail. But right now, we really are beginning to transition out of legislative mode and back into just functional, do the regular business, get ready to deal with our friends at the HHSC in kind of a regulatory compliance way, and make sure the legislative changes we've made are properly implemented. So would welcome your thoughts, issues, concerns on that. We have, and this is very, very important, this is probably the best news and biggest news, rubber meets the road, is there have been some hiccups, some glitches in the QUIP program as we've transitioned away from a RUGS style program to a PDPM program. And so it led to some delays in the processing and the setting the scorecard for Q1, year 8. We had found kind of an intermediate fix that half the funds flowed, but we've now been told we have good authority. Haven't seen it in writing yet, so nothing formal, but we expect we're going to be on track to conclude Q1 and those payments, and also get Q2 timely funded next month in June. And that will certainly be a very important thing to see that actually done. We can check the box because that's so important. The upper payment limit QUIP program is so important, not just for our facilities, but also for our hospital district, hospital partners that also participate in the program. So we're going to keep watching that. But right now we're being told is in verbal, but we think we're going to be fine on that. We're on the schedule we had hoped to be on, and want to thank the folks. Chris Traylor consults with us, and he's been bird dogging that and talking to folks at the HHSC, but we think we're where we're supposed to be. And so that will be great news. We can hopefully confirm that soon. And then we'll turn our focus to the PDPM rate schedule, which we think will be an issue once they finalize the budget. They're really hamstrung to be able to complete the rate schedule until they see how the budget actually works and what the numbers are. But hopefully have that on track to get that rolled out and finalized in a fair way, and make sure the hold harmless provisions in there are funded. So that a lot of the devil's always in the details, but that's going to be that'll give us something all of us something to do in July. So in the meantime, we're going to keep slogging away at the Pink Dome behind me there. It's always open for business. You're always invited to come be part of the process. Certainly reach out to us and send us your emails or texts or call with questions. Always welcome to come visit to your office here at the THCA and to come talk to your representatives and senators at the Capitol, which so many of you have done very, very well. So again, it's been a busy week. With Saturday, tomorrow, we will be on the floor again in the House. They're hearing Senate bills. So the House bills are through being heard in the House. Senate bills are through being heard in the Senate. So we're now in the process where they cross the rotunda, and there's a time period for that. So the last day for the House to consider Senate bills will be this coming Tuesday. And then the conference committees there's amendments that have to be reconciled. They'll do like the budget process, typically much quicker, because shorter bills, shorter scope of legislation. But you either concur in those amendments and move on down the road, or ask for a conference committee, and then they see if they can work it out. So that's really going to be the next week's process as we move towards the final day of session, which will be Monday, June the 2nd. But they'll be on the floor today, tomorrow. They have a full calendar for Saturday. There's going to be a calendar on Sunday, and I expect that there will be a calendar and they will be meeting on Monday, Memorial Day. That's just the way it is with session. There's no time to waste. The clock has nearly run out, and so everybody's going to be all hands on deck working. So we'll be staying busy here, keeping an eye on things. This is where you have to keep an eye on the ball, because funny things happen the last few days, and there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of people that want to get their priorities accomplished, not just us, but everybody that's been active in this dome for the entire session. So a lot of things to keep an eye on, but so far so good. And the best news would be that we get it all done by sine die June 2nd, and no special sessions. So everybody can go home and get back to their families and loved ones, back to their businesses, and get back to being the citizens that all of them are in the legislature. We have a citizen legislature. That's why they get paid $600 a month. And so they can go home, get back to their jobs and families, and do what they need to do. and we can let Texas keep rolling on with the best economy in the union. So with that, we look forward to coming back to you next week. Hopefully, knock on wood, we'll actually be able to tell you, here's what happened, here's the final numbers, these are the bills that passed, and this is what the budget says. But right now, it's looking very good. I think we've had a very good session, and I expect that to continue. So hope to be able to deliver even more good news to you next Friday. But until then, y'all have a great Memorial Day weekend. Remember what this weekend's about, and the tribute to those that have fallen and given their lives in defense of our country and the freedoms we enjoy. So happy Memorial Day to all of you. God bless you. May God bless Texas. Bye-bye.